Well, the album is called Broken Machine. And during the recording process did you decide upon this album title?
It was way before, wasn't it?
It was quite early on.
It was early on.
I think.
I guess it was probably soon after we'd written that song.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah. We wrote the song, and it had that lyric, and I think I texted Dom and then texted Conor as well, and just said, "This just sums up what we're writing here." Like it really seemed to span all the songs that we thought we were going to record,
Absolutely.
so it just made sense.
Why Broken Machine? Why did it sum it up?
Because so the album, there's a few different themes on the album. One's sort of like mental health, and one is about like religion and politics. And I was sort of looking at all the songs, and I was like, okay, these are all about things that are kind of mechanical, and you perceive to be automatic and flowing, but they're not, and they're all breaking down no matter what you look at. You know, politics in 2016, 17. Religion constantly, and like mental health is something that I don't know, it's affected a lot of our lives in different ways over the recording the album, and I think it's quite important to talk about now. So
why
Broken
now?
Machine, it's just
People are finally speaking about it. And
yeah,
brave enough. And
I actually feel like it actually is getting spoken about.
Yeah, it's actually in the media for once, and
Yeah.
like, at the forefront, and especially we were talking about it the other day for people, for males of our age, it's quite. It's always been a bit of a push in the background for men to be able to speak about it, and so it's and that's slowly evaporating. You know, men are starting to speak about it, young men, and it's becoming more of a thing. And for us to be able to talk about it, being 20-something males, it's really cool, I think.
I mean, this might end up being our last album. You don't know. I don't know if we'll ever get to record another album again. So we wanted to like actually say something.
Yeah.
So that was our.
That was the message, yeah.
Yeah, there was an interview that I read, and well, you said also about this album, the art of protest song is a bit lost. Is it something that you pursued specifically for this album?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, following that theme, I think there are a lot of bands out there and artists who write a song that doesn't actually say anything really. I mean, you just kind of gets lost in the ether, and it's like another song about a relationship breaking down, or and I don't know, I think you're kind of doing yourself and your listeners a bit of a disservice if in 2016, 2017 you're not writing about Trump, if you're not writing about the Daily Mail, you're not writing about the state of British politics. So yeah.
Is there one song specifically that is more of protest song?
Yeah, like Animals, definitely. Yeah.
What's the song about? Because I haven't listened to it, but
yeah, I haven't heard that one yet. So yeah, it's basically it's calling out. So there's a paper called the Daily Mail in the UK, and there are a lot of papers like this that
are evil.
That are evil. People say they're papers, they're not. They're magazines, and people say it's news, and it's really not. They're just making it up to sell numbers to make money and for their own
pollution, isn't it?
Yeah,
really,
for their own political agenda.
It's very
for the everyday man.
Yeah,
it's very
in the UK.
provocative and sort of scaremongering, and it's especially around. We've just had an election in the UK, and it's quite dangerous because it's filling people with facts that aren't facts.
We kind of predicted the future because the whole chorus of that song is the kids like starting up a fire.
Yeah.
They're not going to take this anymore. And if you look at the election, they're not.
The stats are ridiculous.
It was also right. It was right after the Women's March in London, and obviously everywhere there was all these marches, and it was an amazing scene to be. It wasn't just women. There was like young teen men and women marching the streets, and I remember that lyric. It was right after that, and it was really poignant for us that people are starting to be woke, as the kids say.
Yeah.
Do you think this will happen? That the kids won't take it anymore? I mean, the people, or
I think it's already happened.
And also it's because I think massively because there's a massive shift in how politics is digested. It's not in your broadsheets as much anymore. It's all on
social media
and kids are, even if they're not following, say, a newspaper on Twitter, their friend will be who retweets it, and then suddenly their eye will get caught on it, and it's just so digestible and easy now that politics is in everyone's lap continuously.
We had a massive shift in the UK for 18 to 25-year-old voters.
75% of 18 to 25s voted in the last election, which is unheard of.
And there was a lot of lots of sort of musicians and artists and sort of like social media influencers that were kind of like encouraging the younger voters just to, it wasn't like we were saying who to vote for, there was no direction there, but it was just encouraging people to like sort of have their chance to be heard.
Yeah,
exactly.
But how do you know that the information that you're reading about, what certain...
We got it from the Daily Mail, so it's probably wrong.
That's a problem.
No,
You're exactly right, and that's half the issue, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think that's one of
that's one of the comments as well.
Yes, absolutely. It's actually one of modern day's biggest problems, because even on Facebook and social media, you get some guy in his pajamas on his bed, like typing up an article, and he'll post it on Facebook, and people will believe it's news. And it's not. It's just Johnny England from the EDL spouting rubbish.
But how can this problem be solved?
Yeah, you just got it's through education. It's through making people aware of what sources they're reading, and to know, okay, this is a credible source.
and I was reading something recently about, especially for music magazines, for young people who follow these music magazines in the UK. I won't name them. About them, obviously, that they were, what's the word? Letting young people know who they have to vote for, who they want to vote for, but now also they've got to let them know what's happened after the vote and keeping them up to date with it, not just for the entertainment beforehand, because it's obviously all entertaining and fun to watch as it leads up, but also they've got to let them know immediately after what's going to happen and what's going to happen for the next few weeks. Yeah. And I think that's now becoming a thing. I read something from a magazine, again, I won't mention it, they said that this is now what they're going to do. They're going to let kids know within the magazine what is happening for the next month, which is amazing.
I think the other main thing is that there should be stricter rules on how the media sort of have it, like how the government deal with the media, and how they shouldn't be able to dictate.
It's a tough question, because you've got to have free press. You have to have free press. People have to be allowed to print what they want, but also people need to know what is a paper and what is OK magazine.
Because it's a big crossover at the moment, and like the Sun, the Daily Mail, and Daily Express. Even like that's what I mean. Like we're not even sure anymore, because it is one big sort of media. And
it's the same thing that Trump is doing. He's labeling everything as fake news.
Right,
so
exactly. Which also pollutes
problem
it
too.
Because yes, there is fake news, but he just labels fake news everything he doesn't agree with, which is right.
There's another thing. Last question. I read in an interview that you said, well, the genesis of a lot of the songs on Broken Machine began live as grooves.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I mean,
how come?
Well, we've been obsessed with groove since the beginning.
It's where we all meet for happiness as a groove. We a lot of us can dance. A lot of the musical ideas would start off with just drums and bass, and it's quite funny because like writing the music, and especially like Joe and I being the guitarist, we don't sort of put guitars on the songs really. It's the last thing. So we will focus on the groove, whack a top line on it, and then you start shaping the track from there. But you'll hear this within the album. I think there's a song called Vocal Machine which has got a great groove to it. And
Like Animals again.
Like Animals too. But we like to make people dance and move as well as
you got to feel it within your body.
In your
mind, isn't it?
What do you want to achieve with your music in
greatness?
Well,
meaning? Meaning?
Really, is it? It's just.
What do you want to achieve?
We want.
I was just thinking this. I think if we can just expose ourselves to more people, whether they like it or not, that would be an achievement in itself. So if we can just get our music to be heard by more than the first, then I'd be content.
We definitely don't write for anyone else. The reason our music is so eclectic and all over the place is because it's what we like to write naturally, and whatever comes out, which could be, like Dom said, like a really groove dance song, or it could be a slower ballady song, like the song you were talking about earlier. But that's not because we're trying to do those different things. We like to write different things because we listen to so much different music. So we're not trying to write for everyone else and to be some huge band. You know, it's just
that comes with its own problems.
Hopefully it comes with the songs and people like the songs. We're not aiming for that. We want to write good music and we want to tour for the rest of our lives and play music, because that's the reason why we get up in the morning at the end of the day, really.
And how do you prevent what happened during the last American tour? How do you prevent it now in the future?
Oh, just being
Spoken
by a
about
lot
this.
smarter, yeah.
It's just not going on tour for 8 weeks in a bus non-stop.
It's balance, isn't it?
Balance,
Yeah. Also, it's just being more aware of yourself, and I think, like Dom said, we needed this huge hole to happen for us to correct the way we were living and the way we were going about things. And especially for myself, it's like I'm just a lot more aware of my mind than I was for the last 23 years of my life, and that's really important for everyone, actually. And I think you took note of that yourself, just from watching, you know.
Yeah,
and that's really cool.
I think for all of us, it was a big wake-up call. I hate saying that in interviews, but it made us all sort of smarten up and be like appreciate like physical health, mental health, and just appreciating, respecting the fact that you don't get taught when you're a kid how to tour the world, be away from home, get used to travelling and driving and eating like crap food. You have to work that out yourself. And the whole of our first album cycle touring was that one big lesson, I think.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Cheers, thank you.
Cheers, mate. That was a great interview.
That was really
Yeah,
good.
enjoyed that, mate.
Great questions.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.